Alrighty, we're going to try a challenge this time. This is a early fly model. Same company that just built the Vimy from, but this is old and it's hand drawn. I don't know what number 52, how early it is, not sure, but it is definitely an old paper model. So when you open it up, it's got, the basics of how it goes together. It looks pretty conventional. It's got formers. They're all butt joined formers, which I can't stand, but we'll see if I can make it work. So each former basically is the same size as the previous, and then when you put it together, you should have a clean line. There's the nacelle in side view, and there's the whole airplane. Always liked the 410. Apparently wasn't a very good airplane, but man, it just looks cool. I like it. And you can see the wheels and the landing gear has that funny little cant on it. I also, from the person I got this model from, he also sent me a vac form canopy, which is nice. And if I get into trouble, I can always read these instructions. But no, that won't help me at all because they're in Polish. Plus, it's very few. And then this is the history of the real airplane in Polish, too. I picked up some stuff on Me-410s because I don't know that much about them other than I think they look cool. Then you go through and they have all these really nice hand-drawn directions, and everything looks like it's going to work. I mean, here's the rear cockpit. Here's some, I guess those are radiators that go under the wing, and they look like they should go together. There's, I think, part of an oil cooler. There's our barbettes for the rear firing gunner. They apparently can be made to move and elevate, which could be fun to do. Over here, there's a little pin in there that's giving it a hinge. Might try to make them actually move. Could be fun. And here's the rear cockpit with the pistol grip that would be in the sight. We're going to have to find some good interior shots of the airplane, and we're going to have to do some, I think we're going to do some serious scratch building on this one. I fear. Here is the basic structure of the wing and the basic cockpit. There's what the front end looks like. There's my joystick. There's rudder pedals and the tail wheel, which looks, again, these drawings are made so they look good. Who knows? That is a cool way to make a light, a reflector, which I will try to do in the wing. And there's the basic wing structure, which should be strong, and might fill it in a little bit so I don't get any sagging like I've had before. Here's some more details of the nacelles and the spinners and little pieces, like I said, oil coolers and things, how they're going to go on there. Here's diagrams on how to make the props, which are very simple. And here's some of the wiring that needs to be bent to build it, like the joystick, this landing gear wire there. There's not much there. There's another interior shot. I think that's maybe not. I think maybe that's the rear cockpit, but I'm not sure. Maybe that's the front. But there's a seat and everything else. And then here is the nose of the aeroplane. And they're showing the clear piece coming around the front, and it's got nice cannons, machine guns in there. There's exhaust, and here's some detail on the landing gear with the scissors and multiple pieces to make the cross section of the tire. And there's the big old cannon. I'm either going to put that in or not. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. We'll see. And then here are the parts that need to be put onto, in my case, balsa. I'm going to use, I think, 32nd and 16th. There are the fuselage formers. See, those formers, like 7B and 8A, are the same. 8B and 9A are the same. That's so that when you put things together, ideally, they should be the same and line right up. I'll cut those out at the same time. I hope that will make things good. There's the fin, and there's the main wing spar, and then the other parts of the tips that go out. Those pieces there must have to do with the wheels. I'm not sure. It could be oleo strut, but maybe those are oleo struts. Or maybe there's two parts of to the oleo strut. We'll have to see. But those are the parts, most of them, that need to be thicker and give you function and form. And here we go with this lovely hand-drawn and hand-painted model. It's kind of a shock. I mean, this is the interior is just drawn. So, and there's a rudder pedal, doesn't look too bad, actually. But all these pieces are drawn, so to make anything, you have to you got to make your own. So it will be scratch built, I'm sure. There's the rudder and the fin. I'm going to probably separate those two. Here's the body pieces, and you can see, when you look closely, you can see those are definitely hand-drawn. and hand painted. And the painting, the colors are kind of garish, kind of bright. So I'm going to probably change all these. I think I'm probably going to emboss. Yeah, I'll probably separate the elevators too. I'm probably going to emboss these and prime and paint my own camo and stuff. So these are, I can use these panel lines as guides and just do a little embossing. And that usually turns out pretty well. It looks like you got nice fine panel lines when you do that. And there's a radiator with some kind of a drawn-in muck on it, which I can improve on, I hope. There are the props. There are the spinners, which have a pedal design on them, which again is going to end up being, well, there's the nacelles, which is probably going to end up being filled because, and sand and things. That's a couple of bombs that go in there, and there's the scissors. So you can see that this is a little rough. There's some wheels. It's a little rough, but the last model I built that was all hand-drawn turned out really nice with a couple of adjustments. Maybe this will be the same. This one is more complicated, though. And it's certainly going to be a departure from what I've done recently, and certainly from the old Vimy I just finished. Can't get any different than a World War II German heavy fighter. So, here we go.